Do you have a piece of machinery or equipment sitting in your lot just collecting dust? Well, in this lesson, I'm going to be showing you how to onboard that piece of equipment on our marketplace to get access to tons of renters looking to rent out that piece of equipment. So with that being said, let's go ahead and onboard a piece of equipment free of charge on Eqpme Marketplace. Now, to onboard a piece of equipment, all we have to do is first sign up, and once we've signed up or logged in, we can then go ahead and click List Your Equipment for Free. Once we click this button, we'll be brought to the onboarding page. First, under Description, we can state the category of this piece of equipment. In this case, it's a wheel loader. Then we want to go ahead and choose the weight and size of the subcategory. In this case, it's a 3-yard wheel loader. Next, we want to state the fuel options. Is this a diesel machine, or is it maybe even electric or gas machine? But let's just say it is diesel or gas. We want to state the price per liter. So let's just take this into consideration. A renter returns your piece of equipment unrefueled. We as Eqpme will then go ahead and bill the renter based off of the cost per liter. Next, we want to go ahead and state the manufacturer and series of this piece of equipment. In this case, we have a Hyundai HL940. And last but not least for description, we want to go ahead and describe what this machine does and how we can best offer value to our renter. The better the description, the more likely the renter will actually rent this piece of equipment. From there, we have specifications, where we can state the actual year of the equipment, the serial number of this equipment, how many hours are on this piece of equipment. And please keep in mind, after the rental is done, these hours need to be updated and reflecting the current hours on your piece of equipment. Last but not least, under specifications, we choose how many hours per day are allowed. So that way the renter doesn't use your piece of equipment 24 hours out of the day. And if they use this piece of equipment over hours, we can go ahead and charge them additionally just to make sure your piece of equipment doesn't get abused. From there, we have attachments. In this example, we have 2 attachments already onboarded, which are our forks as well as our grapple. We can go ahead and add even more attachments if we want to. But in these examples, you can see we have our forks and the year of these forks, as well as the series and model, just to give our renters a better understanding of the actual forks that they will be using. Next, we want to add a description of what the forks actually do and how it can offer value to our renters. And last but not least, how much will these forks cost per day additionally to our rental of our piece of equipment? Once we're happy with our attachments, then we go to locations. This is where we go ahead and state, where is this piece of equipment actually located? Now, when the renter books that piece of equipment and chooses a transportation option, it's going to calculate the actual cost of that transportation option based off of where this machine is currently located. So you want to make sure to be as accurate as possible for the actual location of your equipment. Next is our pricing. This is where we go ahead and state how much will it cost per day? How much will this renter cost per 7 days? And how much will this rental cost per a month plus? Following that, we have our transportation options. Will we be able to transport this option ourselves? And if so, we can enter how much will it cost to transport this piece of equipment. Typically, we see about $2 to $3 for transportation costs per kilometer. From there, we have our availability. Now, let's just say we don't want this piece of equipment booked on the 28th and the 29th of April. All we have to do is click off the dates. And now these dates will not be available in case your equipment could be seasonal, for example. Now, last but not least are the photos of our piece of equipment. Now, the more photos you upload, the more likely your piece of equipment will be rented out. So once we upload all of our photos associated with our equipment, we'll then go ahead and review the terms and conditions associated with Eqpme, as well as the equipment criteria. Once we're happy with everything and we've checked off all of these boxes, we'll then go ahead and click Save Photos, and there you have it. Now we can go ahead and actually proceed with having your rental uploaded on our Eqpme Marketplace. There are a few more steps associated with having your piece of equipment actually rented out. And in that video, I want to go ahead and review that on how to go ahead and update your taxes as well as payout details. Now that we've onboarded our piece of equipment, it's now available to be visible on our Eqpme Marketplace. But keep in mind, you have total flexibility of adjusting the price, photos, or any aspect of your equipment that you've onboarded. Moving forward, renters can now go ahead and book your piece of equipment, which you can accept or decline to start empowering your business to start making more revenue.